Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, I hope you like, you subscribe, and you share this video with your friends. We have an amazing time on this channel, okay? And if you're coming back, welcome back. Always happy to have you here. So it's a new year. And a lot of us view the new year as a new opportunity to, have a fresh start and do something different with our lives because it's a clean slate, and who doesn't like a clean slate? So it's 2024, and I think this is the best time. I mean, yesterday was the best time, but today is another great time, to do something new with your life and make better choices to ensure that you're living the life that you want for yourself. And so I was thinking, what are the habits that I had in 2023 that are not very beneficial for me and I would like to change to ensure that I'm having different outcomes in 2024? Because obviously we all know that if you want to have a different result, you have to do something different. You cannot continue doing the same thing and keep expecting the same, a different outcome. Because if you continue to do the same thing, you will continue to have the same results. So something new. 2024, new year, new us. I can't believe I just said that, but no, for real. New year, new you. Like, what are the habits that you know that you should not be carrying into 2024 with you if you want to have a new life, revamp your life, upscale and just do better? So I made a list of all the negative habits that we should not be taking into 2024 with us, and starting off strong, negative and self-deprecating and depreciating talk. Where do we even begin? For a lot of us, I know that it's humor, dark humor. And in many ways, it's a coping mechanism. You feel like if you say the bad things about yourself, then you're developing thick skin. And if other people say negative things to you or about you, then it doesn't hurt as much. And as someone that has done that for many, many, many years, I'm here to tell you that it is absolute rubbish and you need to stop. And I repeat, stop speaking to yourself and about yourself in these negative ways. It is not helpful to you. It is not helpful to anyone around you. It is just bad. Say positive things about yourself. You know how they say the tongue is powerful, and we know all about manifesting and speaking the things that be not as though they were, and declaring positivity into our life. And have you settled down to think about the impact that the bad things you're saying about yourself is having on yourself? It's very bad. You don't want to always say bad things. There's something I always used to say, like, oh, I have the worst luck. No, I don't have the worst luck. You don't have the worst luck. Say good things about yourself. It's also not a good look, and it makes the people around you uncomfortable if you're constantly talking down on yourself. And I'm saying it makes them uncomfortable with the assumption that the people around you are good people and they care about you and have your best interests at heart. Now, imagine if the people that you are surrounded by are not the very best kind of people, and you're out here every day saying bad things about yourself. Guess what you're doing? You're teaching people how to talk to you. You're teaching people how to talk about you. You're telling them that certain things are okay when they really aren't. So start today making the conscious effort and being very intentional about the words that you're using on yourself. You do not want to be the person that is constantly talking down and talking bad about yourself. Cut it out. We're not doing that in 2024. So the second bad habit that we're not, and I repeat, not taking into 2024 is procrastination. Do not leave for tomorrow what you know that you can do today. And I'm saying this as a serial procrastinator, so I'm talking to you and I'm also talking to myself. There are so many things that in the end of 2023, I was, taking stock and going over the goals that I had for the year and things that I wanted to achieve. And there are so many things that I did not achieve. Not because I didn't have the capacity to do them, but because I just kept on putting them off and putting them off and putting them off. It's not a good time. It's not a good time. We can do this tomorrow. We can do this, And they never got done. So in 2024, if we're trying to become that girl, that guy, the person that we know that we have the capacity to become, then we do not have room for procrastination. We cannot continue living for tomorrow, things that we can definitely get done today. So what is the project you wanted to start? What is the hobby you wanted to take on? What are the courses you wanted to do, the things you wanted to learn, the people you wanted to connect to? What are all those things that are the things that are in between you, where you are today, and the person that you're trying to be, that you have not achieved and you have not done because you've been putting them off? This is your sign to start now. Start now. Start where you are. Start with what you have. You will scale, you will grow, and things will get better. But you cannot, and I repeat, you cannot continue to procrastinate and think that you will achieve things that you want to achieve. It's a brand new year. This is just January, and the world is our oyster. Literally. But it cannot be our oyster if we're not using it. So no to procrastination. Make a list of all the things you need to get done. And that's something that really helps me most times, having a very clear timeline of the goals that I have, the, outputs that I need to put out, and just giving myself like a clear picture of when things need to get done, how they need to get done, and ensuring that I'm holding myself accountable. And again, I fail so many times, but on the times that I've actually done these things to, hold myself accountable, I've actually been very successful in, having all those, I like to call them creative outbursts, where I just do all the things I need to get done. And the times that, like I said, done those things, I've seen impeccable results. So this is your sign to stop with procrastination. Do the thing. Just do it. Just do it. The third thing that we're going to not take into 2024 with us is a lack of boundaries. It's 2024. I shouldn't even be telling you this now, that you need boundaries. But if you're just hearing it, or if this is the reminder that you need, then this is me saying you need boundaries. What did I say? You need boundaries. You have to have boundaries. You cannot just allow things happen, just go with the flow in everything. Let people treat you however, say whatever to you, You need to know the things that go and the things that don't go. It is so important in your career, in your relationship with family, in your relationship with friends, in your intimate relationships, whatever it is, have boundaries. What are the things that you cannot, do? What are the things that are a hard pass for you, a strong limit, the things that you will not tolerate, the things that you will not do? Anything, think about it. Is it that after 4 o'clock, you don't answer work emails and calls? Then enforce that boundary. Or, you don't, I don't know, anything. You don't want someone to speak to you a certain way. You don't take work calls on a personal phone. You don't do work things on a personal computer. You don't go to certain places. You don't tolerate certain things. You can't have people that do certain things in your circle. Whatever the boundaries are, because it is not a one size fits all. Whatever it is for you that is a boundary, is a hard limit, is something that you cannot stand, enforce it. Enforce it and make it clear. Enforce it and make it clear, because many times we're sitting down and we're getting hurt and offended and burnt out, maybe, whatever the case may be, about certain things. But in reality, we haven't made a clear boundary, so we can't really fault people for doing certain things. Even if we think it's common sense, it might not be common sense from where they're coming from. But if you've not clearly told them that this is not something that you like, this is not something that you can tolerate, then you can't really be angry at them for doing it. So it's your responsibility to set your boundaries and make your boundaries very clear, so that without a doubt, a line has been crossed. And then you know how to handle instances where your lines have been crossed. But if you've not drawn a clear line, then what are you doing? What are you saying? So that is one. Number 4 is clear communication. Lack of communication skills is so, I don't know what year. Or you're an adult, you should be able to communicate properly. Learn how to communicate properly. If you need to read on it, take a course, do whatever needs to be done. But you need to know how to communicate clearly and properly. this will help this will help every aspect of your life. You know, professionally, you need to know how to speak in corporate settings with your superiors, you know, with the people under you. You need to know how to speak. You need to know how to talk to your friends. You need to know how to talk to your family, talk to your parents. Basically communicating, making sure that what is happening in your head is what is coming out of your mouth, and you're not leaving things open to interpretation. You know, when you say yes, you are actually saying yes and not saying maybe and expecting that, you know, why wouldn't they know that I meant yes? No. You want to be able to say your yes in a very clear way, that it leaves no iota of doubt that you said yes. And the same goes for no. And same goes for maybe as well. Communicate with intention, communicate clearly, make sure that you're passing across your intended message to the desired audience. You know, it is so important. So many hassles, you know, so many misunderstandings, fallouts, very terrible things can be avoided if we just knew how to talk properly. So in 2024, you want to learn how to communicate well and be sure that you are actually passing across the messages that you want to pass across. The fifth thing is laziness. This one, I'm coming for your neck as well as mine. We cannot continue to be lazy. We can't. And yes, I know that sometimes as a human being, you're just not in the mood for certain things, and you know, you have one of those days, but it cannot continue and be a constant thing. You don't want to be known as the lazy person. You don't want to be known as the person that cannot do hard work and cannot do things and get things done. Outside of not wanting to be known as that person, it is not beneficial for you. You will not achieve the things you want to achieve. You will not go the places you want to go if you're lazy. So laziness is something that cannot follow us into 2024. Say it to yourself in your mommy's voice, if that's what you need. I will not be lazy in 2024. I will stand up and I will get things done. Okay. This one is also so important. Drinking water. Bro, we need to drink water. Okay. We need to stay hydrated. 2023, drinking water is something that I made a conscious effort to start doing. I didn't hit my goals all the time, but because I had made a conscious effort that I needed to start drinking water, I became more conscious of my body and, you know, knowing when I'm dehydrated, knowing when I'm actually just thirsty and not hungry. Also seeing the impacts that drinking water had on my, you know, skin, hair, nails, you know, all of those things, and just watching my life become better by virtue of just putting water in the body. So yes, in 2024, we are staying hydrated, okay? Hydrated girlies all through the year. We have to drink water. I don't know what your drinking goal will be. Some people do 1 liter a day, 2 liters a day, a gallon. I don't know. Do your research and figure out what, you know, what works best for you. I feel like there's so much conflicting information out there. So clearly, I'm not a medical professional, so I'm not going to tell you how much water to drink. But I do think you should prioritize drinking more water. So that is something you definitely want to carry into 2024. Another one is using avoidance to cope. Using avoidance to cope. You know that thing that everybody says, time heals everything? I don't think so. I don't think time heals anything. And I'm speaking obviously in terms of like feelings and emotions and trauma and all of those things. I don't think time heals things. I think time might make us forget, or time might make certain things to not, you know, be priorities in our life anymore or be at the forefront. But I don't think that is healing. Avoidance as a coping mechanism is very bad. In 2024, we are going to have to start facing things head on, processing our feelings, you know, sitting with our feelings. Have you ever thought that you were angry and then you sat down with the feelings of anger and, you know, dissected them and tried to get to the root of the emotion and realized you're not actually angry? Maybe you're embarrassed, maybe you're disappointed, maybe you're sad, you know, hurt, offended, but not quite angry. You can't discover this if avoidance is your coping mechanism. You want to face things head on, and that's what we have to do in 2024. We have to be in control of our emotions, in control of our feelings, and the only way we can do that is by not avoiding these feelings. So sit with your feelings, sit with your emotions, come to the root of things, Have the difficult conversations, when things are uncertain, when you're unsure about certain things, talk about it. Have the conversation. You're a big girl. You can have big girl conversations. You're a big boy. Don't avoid it. Time is not going to heal it. And that's why we have people in their 40s that are still, having bad experiences because of trauma that they didn't deal with when they were 18 or in their early 20s, because time is supposed to heal all things, but it doesn't. Now you're not showing up as your best self in your relationships. You're not showing up as your best self at work because there's so many things from your past that you simply did not deal with and you did not process. And now here we are. That's your new normal. So yeah, avoidance as a coping mechanism in 2024 is not something we're doing. We're leaving that in 2023. The next one, and this one is said all the time, but comparing yourself to others, immediately no. Immediately no. You are on your own journey. This path is your own, You're not running by the rules of someone else's journey. You cannot be comparing your day 1 to somebody's day 700 and not expecting yourself to crash and burn. Comparison is literally the thief of joy. And in 2024, if you're going to achieve all that you are supposed to achieve and live the life that you are supposed to live, you cannot compare yourself with other people. You simply can't. There's just no reason why you should be doing that. It will impede your growth, impede your success. It will mess with your confidence, your complex, Just don't do it. Compare yourself with yourself. if you have to do any comparing at all, where was I yesterday? Where am I today? What is better? What is worse? What can I improve on? What can I give myself accolades for? Don't compare yourself with other people. It's just very unproductive and it does not help anyone. Definitely not you. The next thing is not prioritizing the people that are important to you. This is something that I think I'm very guilty of because I have the tendency to get, lost in my own head and the things that are happening with me, that I, kind of lose touch with the people around me that actually care about me, that want to be part of my life actively, and that looks like, calling people, checking up on people, replying to messages, and just being present in the lives of people that matter to you. It is so important to prioritize the people that are important to you because life is so much better when lived in community, and your communities are only strengthened by the amount of effort that you're putting in, the cultivation, the watering of the seeds, the plowing, and all of that stuff. It is very important to prioritize these people. Sometimes we get so carried away with the hustle and bustle of life and we start prioritizing things that really aren't important. So it is important for us in 2024 to go back to the basics. Who are the people that are important to you? How can you show up better in their life? How can you be a better friend, a better family member, a better, you name it, whatever it is, and just prioritizing those relationships and making a conscious effort. If it means setting a reminder for yourself to check up on certain people, or setting out a particular hour of the day to go through your messages and reply, setting up a particular time to visit, maybe the third Sunday of every month, anything, but just being intentional about those relationships and making sure that the people that are watering you are being watered by you as well. You don't want to be the person that just takes and takes and takes, but isn't really showing up for anybody. We're not doing that in 2024. The next one is not owning your own perspectives and opinions and just being an agreeable person. Like a yes man. No, we're not doing that in 2024. You have opinions, you have thoughts about things. Use your voice. You have a voice. Use it even when it shakes. Use it. Own your perspectives, own your thoughts. You don't always have to say yes to everything. You don't always have to agree in conversation. And I'm not saying that you should become a contrarian, I think that's the word, or those annoying people that just love to play devil's advocate and just love to be on the opposing side of everything. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that you should show up as your true, authentic self in conversations and in spaces. If everyone is going left, but you genuinely think that right is the best way to go, then say that. Don't just go left with everybody. Then when everything crashes and burns, you're like, shit, and I wanted to go right. No, it's not cute. Say what you mean. And I know that this is also very layered, because for a lot of people, we are not able to own our perspectives and own our opinions because of trauma in the past, and being made to feel like your voice wasn't good enough, or being made to feel small in certain spaces, or like your opinion didn't matter. And you know, for some people, as a woman, it is that maybe in your professional spaces, they're so male dominated that your voice feels almost relegated to the background, or family dynamics, you know, it can be anything, but it has to stop. Decide that you are going to show up authentically moving forward from this year. Say what you think when you need to say it, you know, say what you mean. Stand by your opinions, stand by your perspectives. It's not beneficial to you at all to just be agreeable, because then you look back 10 years down the line and realize that the life you've lived isn't really yours, because you haven't actually done any of the things that you wanted to do. Or even if you have done the things you wanted to do, you didn't do them the way you would have wanted to do them, and the ways that, you know, are authentic to you. So yeah, in 2024, we're not doing that. The last the last one is having an all or nothing mindset. I know that in some cases, this is very beneficial and has its perks and advantages. But I think generally in life, I don't think it is very productive to have an all or nothing mindset. Like, if it is not A, then it is nothing. Because sometimes getting A is outside of your control. So you need to have some leeway and some options. You know, if I don't get this, what can I get that I could work with that will give me the same, or, you know, a very similar outcome to what A would have given me? Because sometimes we are stuck in these cycles that don't break, in, you know, small spaces. We're not expanding, we're not growing, because we have our minds fixated on a particular thing. If it doesn't happen in that way, then it's not great, it's not good enough. And I mean, that's less than ideal. It's also this perfectionist mindset of, if I fail today, then charge the whole thing, like everything is ruined. There's no points. No. Like my friend was saying to me the other day, if you have to break your day into parts, and that's fine. Like, if you failed in the morning, you can try again in the afternoon. If you failed in the afternoon, you can try again at night. And guess what? You can try again tomorrow. Just be open to options and open to trying new things and trying things in a different way than you would have wanted to, and just allowing life happen in the most organic and seamless way. Don't be so fixated on one thing that you don't allow yourself to see all the other amazing things that, you know, are possibilities or are options or are things that you can achieve. So yeah, these are the bad habits that I think we should leave in 2023 if we want to revamp our life, you know, be that girl in 2024 and just basically achieve more and show up as better versions of ourselves, and hopefully achieve some of our dreams. Basically, let's make better choices in 2024. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you have, let me know in the comment section. If you have any other bad habits that I did not mention that you think would be helpful for us to drop in 2023, drop them in the comment section as well. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe. And if there are any other videos that you'd like to see from me, or, you know, expansions of any topics I've discussed in this video, just let me know in the comment section and I will run it back for you. Bye.